3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the finals of Agora's Rising EU2. I'm going to say it as surprised as I possibly can. Oxygen, that's not the surprise, but Groupies showing up and putting on an impressive performance. A dark horse. To call them a dark horse would be an understatement. Definitely the underdogs coming into this. Can they take the upset for 2 times in a row? In blue is the team of Groupies. Airsick Hydra on Gadget, Mr. Wacko on Sparrow, Remix on Fang Meow, Fairless on Muriel, and Kalaribot picking up that solo mid on the Howitzer.
We got Marty Rivia, or Marty Riviera. He hates it when I say that, playing Decker. Leighton on Grux, Be Certified on Severog, Talk Flip on Faye. Severoid. And he does lead to hemorrhoids if played properly.
Yeah.
And I Cameron on Murdoch, which guys, I Cameron, I can't stress this enough. I Cameron on a Ranger is a sight to behold. I am. Woo! I'm nervous. I'm nervous.
We can do it, man. We can do this. So,
I'm
Be Certified. So Be Certified used to be the solo mid player, and now he's just the solo lane player.
He's just
throwing Severog. You see Severog throwing Severog in the solo blue lane, and this is generally what we expect to see. We see those like melee fighters, the tanky melee fighters put into that solo off lane, like your Greystone. We saw in the last match between Fang Miao and Kwang. But right now, it's a Severog versus a Gadget. I feel like Gadget has the upper hand in this matchup. But with that being said, I think Certified should be able to get a good amount of farm in this. Not ideal, but he should be able to keep himself topped off, stack up, get a reasonable amount of stacks, and get a decent amount of farm. More importantly, get that level 5 relatively early.
Can we talk about that sexy Master Skin that Be Certified's rocking?
I didn't know he even had 1 Master Skin.
Yeah, he's only missing 2 Master Skins, by the way.
I thought it was 1.
Be Certified is a machine.
Yes.
And he has almost all of the Master Skins. The guy's a machine. But yes, Gadget is going to win that. I believe Gadget has the stronger push there, but it actually lets Be Certified farm underneath his tower a little bit and stack up that Q. So I think Be Certified is going to be fine. He holds his lane. He's a great solo laner. He's overall very strong player. When it comes to that solo lane position. Yeah. Mid here, we're going to have Talk Flit on Faye versus the Howitzer. I got to give this lane again to Faye. I think Faye has the better lane clear until Howitzer starts picking up some of those damage items.
The level 8 with his level 4 R2000 rocket and maybe his second or third damage item picked up here. Then that's when Howitzer really starts to... I mean, he has enough wave clear to where he can defend his tower easily. Like, the lane will be pushed in, but it's not like his tower's going to take a big amount of damage. So it's supplemental enough to where he doesn't have to feel threatened or force a rotation, anything like that. But the question I'm asking right here is, I wonder if we're going to see a blink, whether it's a teleblink or a blink charm on Howitzer. He's already got a good amount of mobility between his ultimate as well as his knockback mine. We'll see how that's going to go down here. I know that some Howitzer players pick up teleblink. Some just, otherwise go for other alternatives. We'll see what Kalaribot does here. I think as we've seen him on Howitzer before, he doesn't elect to do that. Leighton wrapping around, looking for a gank potentially here. The root is not going to land onto the Gadget. Trying to body block. The speed buff is there. She's juking. She's jiving. She's going to be able to dodge that smash and grab, keep herself alive, and avoid that first blood going over to Team Oxygen.
Sidestep, boys.
Yep, do that electric slide. We talked about it yesterday.
We see so many people that just want to back up when smash and grab comes, and the range on smash and grab is huge.
Yeah.
Sidestep it. It's longer than it is wider, Shane.
I mean, that's something you can relate with. So, over here in the red lane, let's talk about this matchup, as apparently there just isn't a red lane here for the opponent's team. No, you have Muriel Sparrow up against the Decker Murdoch. And we talked about this yesterday, where Muriel comes off as this hyper defensive support, right? But you can't underestimate her offensive capabilities. You can't underestimate that, especially when she hits level 5. You use the Fang Miao reaping dashes forward, knocks people up in the air. He does the alley-oop with the Muriel knock-up into the Earth Spike ultimate. There's a lot of potential and wombo combo setup with the offensive utility and offensive utilization of that reversal of fortune. So gonna keep an eye out for that. So Decker, for a long time has been considered strong, borderline overpowered. But now that Blink Charms are so prevalent, I've heard that some teams actually don't favor her anymore. Obviously, Oxygen does. Marty plays one of the best deckers in Paragon. But you better believe that we're going to be seeing a lot of Blink Charms, not only because of their utility, which we've talked about ad nauseum, but especially because it's just another tool to deal with that containment fence.
Right, and it's got such a long cooldown as well. It's not that Blink Charm. I mean, Blink Charms counter it so effectively, but it's got such a long cooldown that you use that Blink Charms up in 3 minutes. They're out of it by the time it comes up again. Blink Charms are back, are activated again. So we're seeing people shy away from that. I think more it's because Marty doesn't miss those stasis bombs. He's going to land as many and all of the stuns if he can, but they've got a good combo potential here. So you have the Blink Charm. Let's say the Blink Charm goes off. Talk Flit drops down a Venus Flytrap. You're instantly pulled back into it. So they have great combo ability. It's all about timing.
That's true.
It's all about using those Blink Charms effectively and making sure they're timing these ultimates as well. But again, Shane, right now looking at this draft, again, I have to give this to Oxygen Esports as of this moment in time. Be Certified as being a huge bully in this lane over here.
Which is surprising, to be honest.
He doesn't care that Airsick has the better lane.
Look at his build. I mean, I think it's a sustained build. He has the Hunter's Drink, which is a card we haven't seen picked up very often. That leads me to believe that he's going to be, Hunter's Drink is something you buy because it scales later into the mid game. So probably be keeping on to that. Hold that thought as Remix is getting collapsed on here in the jungle. Leighton is going to get that smash and grab, the Decker stun, all the CC in the world. And there's the first blood. Who picked up that kill? I think it was Grux. That was Cameron who picked it up. Level 5. That first blood gave him level 5. There's the containment fence. And into the cage they go. The beautiful wombo combo right there of the fly trap into the long arm of the law. And that's going to be 3 kills. And just like that, after what was a little bit of a slow-paced first 5 minutes of the game, Oxygen come in there with that level 5. Sometimes diving doesn't necessarily mean you're diving towers. Sometimes you can dive right into that jungle. And that's exactly what they did. 3 kills and a red buff. Off to a great start here for Team Oxygen.
Not only do they get the 3 kills, but like you said, they're denying farm.
Yeah.
They're taking that enemy jungle. Those camps were level 2, level 1 for the reds, but level 2s for the white camps. And that is going to put Remix Gibbler behind in those engagements. They've got to be careful here. A tower, they're actually pushing a tower as well. 3 kills, denying farm, picking up a tier 1 tower in 7 minutes. Already a strong performance coming out of Oxygen Esports the first 7 minutes into this game.
Yeah. And we talked about Blink Charms versus the Decker Ultimate, and another thing to take in consideration is generally those Blink Charms aren't picked up until like 21 to 27 card point levels. The 7 to 9 card level is generally when those start getting picked up, because if you get it too early, then you're kind of really you're
losing a lot of damage.
You're losing a lot of damage in that early parts of the match. So they didn't have that available to them for that first Decker Ultimate. But honestly, even if they did, that's still the collapse from Oxygen was so well executed that it probably wouldn't have mattered anyways.
Right.
But yeah, I wanted to talk about B Certified's lane build and how he's dealing with it. So we talked about the Hunter's Drink. For those of you who aren't familiar with this card, is we don't see it very often. It's your typical health potion. It's like a similar health potion, except instead of it giving you a flat base, it actually scales as you level up. You get 0.6 extra regen as you level up. Obviously, he's level 6, so that's an extra 3.6 regen as it goes on. So it actually has a lot of value the later the game, the more you level up. So it scales a little bit better, and this is something that he's going to keep. And that also in tandem with the healer token gave him enough sustain in that lane to where the sticky bombs from Gadget were pretty much a non-factor. He's been in there farming effectively. Now, granted, he hasn't been getting a lot of soul stacks, but still, he's at 38 CS, 9 minutes into the game in a lane that I thought was not favoring him. So I love what B Certified did with this deck. And this is something he's always done. He's always been able to take matchups that otherwise were unfavorable and just build a deck around that and pretty much make the odds even.
I love the rotation that they did here. Airsick, Marty, and Cameron rotated over, and they're bullying Airsick Hydra out of this lane. They're trying to take this tower down. And B Certified went back into the other lane to continue to farm the soul stack. Airsick's Hydra is going to fall, and there goes the tower. Great rotation, great heads-up play coming out from Oxygen Esports. I love that. I love what they just did there. That was fantastic. I mean, allow B Certified to continue to get those soul stacks. He's going to go pick up the blue buff. He's going to stack that Siphon. He's not yet at 20. He's getting close. He just landed, I think, on 2 or 3 of those black mobs there at the black buff to pick that up. But A good rotation of those guys picking up another tier 1 tower, and we know how important the blue lane is. Before it was red lane. With the dunk mechanic there, Shane, you had to make sure you picked up that red lane. But now you want to make sure your blue lane's pushed out. You want to make sure you've got both the solo lane and the off lane, the safe lane, if you will, pushed forward. So when you go to take an engagement at the Orb Prime, the enemy team has to worry about minions. Because minions are so strong in this current meta. If you just allow them to push, you're going to lose tier 2 towers, possibly inhibitors.
Yes. So, Team Oxygen are just, right now, looking so very impressive, as we expected them to be. With that being said, this is not the first, nor I would even dare say the second time that we've seen Blood's Groupies at a deficit in the first 10 to 15 minutes of a match. Yet here they are in the finals. So, they definitely have shown that they have the fortitude to come back from an early game deficit. Speaking of which, let's take a look at the numbers and let's see how that deficit has expanded thus far. So 18 card points on your Murdoch, Severog, and Grux Leighton certified Night Cameron respectively here, and now also Marty too. So they got themselves about a 2 card level lead, in some situations a 3 card level lead. You always want to look specifically that Ranger matchup though. Sparrow's at 15, Murdoch's at 21. So right now Oxygen, I think the numbers are really displaying how well and how efficient that they're playing now.
I mean, I was going to say last hits, but they're pretty close, 190 to 204. Last hits aren't a big thing. It's the 4 deaths.
Yep.
It's the 4 deaths across the map, and the fact that you've lost 2 towers. I wish we could see how much Universal Amber has been picked between either side, because you get Universal Amber from picking up some of the Amber off the ground. There's Universal Amber from tower hits, plus or tower kills, plus those harvesters as well. We can't see that yet. It's an important stat we're missing out on. Big reversal of fortune over to Mr. Wacko over here. They got to be careful, though.
The collapse is here. Here comes Remix. Mr. Wacko's in a lot of trouble. The containment fence isn't enough. The mural shooter's there. It's not. Be certified. Swings that hammer and takes him down. And there's the 2-man long arm of the law. The containment fence so beautifully executed. Make it a threefer. Oh, baby, a triple. And Team Oxygen just get the huge collapse right there. They are playing, I would dare say, on fleek notch, as they are now threatening this tier 2 tower. Stream's over. No, this tier 2 tower is dead to rights. Just a beautiful collapse right there. I really liked what Cert did. He knocked away the Sparrow, so that way the reversal of fortune didn't hit him. Aggressive Blink Charm forward. This is what we talked about. That latent Grux is so it's just such a big threat. It's not going to translate into a kill. A flashy play didn't translate into much, but still, they picked up that tier 2 tower in the red lane. They continue to build that momentum.
The way Oxygen plays, again, this is a team that's been in our events for a very long time. They've been in the competitive scene for Paragon for quite a bit, and the way these guys play with each other, the combo, we just saw again, the wall went down directly into a fly trap, into a 2-man long arm of the law, plus the ultimate from Severog knocking them back, I mean, into the rest of his team. It's the way they combo off each other is insane. Some of the best Wombo combo potential out of any teams we've seen. Whether they have heroes, they don't even need the Howitzer ults, and that's what we've seen them on this, with Howitzer landing those big ultimates, and they're still coming in and making these ultimates just work so perfectly and in tandem with each other. It's amazing to watch. Tier 2 tower, Shane, at 13 minutes into the match, a 3-4 card power advantage 13 minutes into the match.
Yep.
I mean, do we see Orb Prime within the next 2 to 3 minutes? A 17-minute Orb Prime pickup? And do they try to go for the throat right off the bat? Really, right off the bat? I mean, Oxygen Esports, this is their game to lose as of this point. And who needs stacks? Who needs stacks? You know what I mean? He's got 20. He's got his 20 shoulder pads. He hasn't really been focusing. I don't think he's been focusing too much.
No,
on
I don't think he has.
But he's just playing so well off the bat. So
I don't think he's too terribly concerned right now. He might not have stacks, but if you look at the farm, on the as far as the card experience goes, that's that kind of speaks for itself right there. Let's take a look at these builds as they continue to develop here. Leighton went ahead, picked up that Adamant Edge with the 2 lesser healths. Again, that good mix of early game survivability and a little supplemental damage in tandem with that Guardian's Ward. Makes him tanky, makes him a threat, and then he's building into that Rush Breaker to give him that supplemental physical pen and just even more damage. And we did just see the reveal of the Blink Charm here. And talking about phase build, again, another Blink Charm, giving her even more, a bigger threat with that Venus Flytrap. pretty much the same theme across the board. Primary damage, secondary health. That's pretty much been the mainstay of deck builds for the better part of about 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks.
So I said who needs stacks. Chad is not happy with the fact that I said that. You don't need stacks when you're winning. He'll get them passively as the game goes on. His main focus right now, which the downfall of a lot of Sevarog players, tower falls mid lane. They're going to be able to Venus Flytrap. Claribot is going to mine away, but is Leighton going to be able to hit that smash and grab?
The answer to that question is an unequivocal yes. Fearless can't even get the ultimate off. Good lord. He actually used the Blink Charm and died in the air. That's the reason why this red buff is just kind of floating here ominously, watching this team fight go down. Claribot's going to get taken out as well. Team Oxygen. I mean, Notch, I know you're feeling a little bit under the weather, a little bit sick. I know where you can find yourself a clinic, and that's right here at Oxygen, because that's what they're doing.
It's a good thing. If I needed to go to urgent care, Shane, this is where I'm at today.
Yeah.
Dear Lord, put on a clinic. I mean, Remix was trying to Reaping Dash out of there. It did not happen. Fearless couldn't get an ult off. Claribot just got picked up early right there. I mean, that... Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Again, the combo potential out of these ultimates. This is how they're doing this.
Yep.
It's not just one person coming in and cleaning up. They're comboing their ultimates and their abilities so well together. The moment the smash and grab landed, Decker Wall went up. Venus Flytrap hit. Long Arm of the Law came out. They're putting in work right now. We're 60 minutes in the game. 2 tier 2 towers down. 33 card power on Cameron, opposed to the 4 on Mr. Wacko.
Yeah, that's a testament to how this game is going thus far. The Blink Charm is there for Sparrow, but like I said, it was a little bit too late. I literally died in the air as he Blink Charmed away. I believe it was the, not sure what killed him in the air, but it was effective nonetheless. So the range that Team Oxygen's draft has for initiating team fights is so extensive and long. Between, as I mentioned, the Blink Charm on Faye, but obviously, of course, Decker has the boots to jump up in the air and get that ultimate down. The Blink Charm into a smash and grab. The ensnare on Sevarog, which has a very long range. I actually think it's on par with the range of Gideon's Cosmic Rift. Torn space. Leighton charges forward, smash and grab onto Fearless, onto the Muriel. Good knockback right there, but the damage is just too much. Good lord, that Muriel didn't even have there was no chance in hell that she was going to live right there. She just got disintegrated, and immediately, swift reaction, over to Orb Prime we go.
Was that a Muriel there?
Apparently there used to be a Muriel.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure. I thought I saw her standing there, and then there was just a puff of amber, and she vanished. So that was interesting to see. They are going to pick up this Orb Prime. 17-minute Orb Prime. Shane, can I read minds or what, brother?
Dude. You're pretty good at this video game, I hear. They're trying to get you. They knock Marty forward. The Orb Prime has been activated. They did knock Marty forward, but it's a 4v5 with the Orb Prime activation. There's the Blink Charm. He's looking for potentially... He already used the Venus Flytrap. Maybe a Brambles. Is going to miss. So he's not going to be able to get that snare. He's not going to be able to keep him in place to find the fight that they were looking for. But they still... That's a very early Orb Prime, and this momentum that Oxygen has built up, they are not letting that noose, that proverbial noose around the neck of Groupies loosened up at all. Right now, they're ready to kick that chair out from underneath their feet and snap the necks of their opponent. And that's what they're looking to do here with that Orb Prime.
So violent. So violent.
I mean, I think that's the best way to describe the way that Oxygen is playing right now, my man.
Yeah, I mean, the rotations have been on point. Their farm is on point. Last hits are, I mean, they haven't done anything wrong yet. There's not, I can't say, man, Oxygen needs, they haven't done anything wrong. They've comboed every single ultimate. They're just not messing up. And the only way for them to win, for Blood Groupies to win right now, is be certified, and team needs to, and it's not even be certified. He's farming in lane. I'm sorry. It's Cameron and Marty Rivia need to disconnect for the next 9.5 minutes. So that's how Blood Groupies has to win right now.
I wouldn't say it's that drastic. I wouldn't say it's that drastic, man.
But we're seeing, when you compare it to the last game, we're not seeing the aggression out of these guys right now. They don't have any CC. Where's their CC coming from other than Fearless and the ultimate? Is what the main issue is right now. So when they go into these team engagements, there's no form of CC unless Fearless uses an aggressive ultimate. She's picked off again by Cameron. Cameron is just chunking health.
Yeah.
And I mean, she may fall. Here's the root from Be Certified. Leighton's already on top of her, and she's going to fall again. So we're not the lack of CC is really hurting them in these team engagements, and they needed to be aggressive and snowball this, and that's what Oxygen has done.
Yeah.
They started off aggressive, they've snowballed this into their favor, and we may see an or a inhibitor fall more 20 minutes into the game.
A very likely scenario here, the 4v5 versus the 5-man. Look at Be Certified's posturing. He's going to look for a root, and if he lands that root or a knockback onto the gadget right into their grasp away from the inhibitor, they're saying, we don't care about the gadget. We want that objective, ladies and gentlemen. We know that's so important here. Containment Fence is going to go down, not really going to catch anyone out. But Claribot does get smashed and grabbed by Leighton. iCram going to chunk away. As we turn the camera, we do see the rest of the team is running away, and they're just going to go for the throat right here. They still have the Orb Prime, the Blink Charm forward. This is going to potentially be, this is it, game number 1. I mean, we talked about how they want to see sub 31-minute games, and there it is, 20 minutes. The finals, Team Oxygen, just absolutely domineering